In this video, we're going to discuss how we determine whether or not two triangles are similar or not. There are three similarity methods that we are going to discuss today. We're going to discuss side, 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 and angle, angle. So the first one I'm going to talk about is angle, angle. So when we have congruent triangles, there will always be congruent angles. So all three angles will always be congruent. Now, all we really need to know is that two angles are congruent, because if we add them together and subtract from 180, we'll get the same third angle if two of the angles are the same. So in this picture, right, we only have two angles that they're showing that are congruent, but as I said, if we took them and added them together, and then we subtracted from 180, they would get us the same angle. So this angle here would be 61 for both. And notice that all three angles are the same. So we call this angle, angle, similarity. A lot of the times you will see a squiggle in front of it as well. So they're letting you know that it's similar. And our similarity statement that we would write is triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF, because the angles that correspond are the angles that are congruent, right? So 61 should go with D, and so forth. The second one I want to talk about here is side, angle, side. We abbreviate that with SAS, kind of just like congruency, but with congruency we know that the sides are congruent. With similarity, corresponding sides are proportional, right? So they're going to have that same scale factor between them, and the angle in between will be congruent. So if we look at this and we put small over big, we'd have 7 over 21, which would give us 1 over 3. And then the second piece there, we've got 11 over 33, which gives us 1/3 as well. As long as those are the same and the angle in the middle is the same, we can say that those triangles are similar. So triangle ABC is similar to triangle PRQ. Again, order matters, so please make sure you're checking to see that the angles and sides are going together as they should. All right, so the next one we've got here is side, side, side. So unlike side, side, side from congruency, side, side, side for similarity, all the sides will be proportional. Okay, they will not be congruent, they will be proportional. And you always have to check. So 3 is the smallest side on the little triangle, and 15 is the smallest side on the big. So 3 over 15 gives us 1 over 5. And then we've got the middle side being 5, the middle side being 25 on the bigger. So 5 over 25 also gives us 1/5. So far, so good. And our last piece there is 6 and 30, which will also simplify to 1/5. So we get triangle ABC is similar to triangle WXV. I forgot the W. So let's put these into action here. So are these triangles similar? And if they are, we're going to state how. If they're not, we're going to write not similar. So the first thing I'm noticing is that I have all the sides here. So I'm going to color coordinate my sides so I know which ones go with which. Remember, small side should go over the smallest side. So The smallest piece in the first triangle here is 6, and the smallest piece in this triangle here is 18. So I'm going to do 6 over 18, and then I'm going to simplify it, so I get 1 over 3. I'm going to pick a different color, and I'm going to try again. All right, so 12 is the next smallest number, and then we've got 36. So 12 over 36, again, gives me 1/3. If I need help simplifying this, I can always use Desmos, so please note that you can type it right in there if you need to. And then my largest side is 14, and the largest side of the other triangle is 42. Now this one I'm like, I don't know. I don't think I know it off the top of my head. So this is one I'm going to type into Desmos. I'm going to show you how to do it. Right, so here we're in Desmos, and I'm going to type 14 divided by 42. So right now on my screen, you can't really see it, but there is a blue box on the left of where I type my fraction, and it's got a little fraction bar. So I'm going to click on that so it turns into a fraction here, and it does indeed simplify to 1/3 as well. So the scale factor here was the same, which means these are indeed similar. So they are similar by side, side, side similarity, and it's triangle STU is similar to triangle PQR. Remember, order matters. I chose that order for the matching pieces. All right, so we've got 2 angles marked congruent here, and then I can also mark the vertical angles in the middle. Remember, those vertical angles are across from each other and they are always congruent. So if I know that 2 angles are congruent, it means the third angle is indeed congruent. So these are congruent by angle, angle. And our similarity statement here would be triangle EBA is similar to triangle DBC. I made sure to match my angles. For our next example, we've got 2 triangles that are parallel. So BD is parallel to AE. So I'm going to mark that here in my picture. And when we've got triangles, we're actually looking for those corresponding angles. So if you see here, we could count this line as a transversal, and these as the 2 parallel. So I could mark these 2 angles congruent to one another. Angle C is included in both of them, right? Angle C belongs to CBD, and it belongs to CAE. Now, if you need to draw these as 2 separate triangles to really see the angles we've marked, please feel free, right? We've got BCD and the bigger triangle. C is still at the top, and we've got A and E. So we've got 2 angles that are congruent, so we're using angle similarity. And we're going to write our triangle statement. So triangle BCD is similar to triangle ACE. Our last example here, state whether or not these are similar and how. So I'm going to mark that this angle is definitely congruent. So we're looking for side angle side here. So let me mark my picture. I've got a smaller piece here of 7. It's going to correspond to the smaller piece here, which is 32. So I've got 7 over 32 and 14 over 57. Now again, I'm not really sure if these are equal, so I'm going to check. I'm going to go to Desmos, and I'm going to type 7 divided by 32 and 14 divided by 57. Notice that these are not the same even in their decimals form, and if I put them back in fractions, they don't simplify. So these are not the same, so these are not similar. If you have further questions, please make sure you ask them in class.